Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tankers of all ages, Sir Harry here again, and I've got the Tier 7 8 winner for my 100 subs contest. And yeah, somebody managed to have a pretty good game in the SU-100M1, the Tier 7 Russian TD. I've tried playing this, and I think it's absolutely terrible. It's got, it's got an okay gun, good pen, relatively good rate of fire, but the alpha damage is so darn low in this thing. You want low alpha? Hey, go play like a Tier 6 American medium tank or something. You want to play a Russian TD, you want to be in the, the ISU 152. And look, it's even got a little door in the back. It's kind of like a little outhouse on tracks. No, don't like this thing at all. But hey, it's Cayman from the Haffer clan. That's from my clan. So congrats, Cayman. You actually managed to pull out a half-decent game in a pretty questionable tank destroyer. And as you can see here, he's middle tier, and we're on Erlenberg. It is an assault map, so he's going to head off to the east here, and you can see there's a few tanks going with him. But as often happens on this map, a lot of folks are going to focus on the western side of the map where the castle is. That just seems to, draw players there, and the east often gets overlooked. And if one team manages to put more tanks on the east than the other, then often that can swing the tide of battle. But this is assault, so Cayman and his team have to actually cap or kill all the enemy tanks in 10 minutes, not 15 as normal. So they've got a bit of a challenge ahead of them. You can see he's got an IS-3A coming out to the east with him, and so they do have some pretty good firepower. But it still could be a challenge because there's some nice ridges down at the end there where the enemy can park tank destroyers. And they can make life really difficult here. So Cayman's setting up on this hill, and he's got some trees between him and those little houses up on the hill, and that's where the light tanks often like to poke up and scout, try to get spots off. And then again, there's probably tank destroyers hiding at that ridge where he's pointing now, way up in the north there. You can see in the west his team is just completely moving up. They've got a lot of tanks there, and the enemy hasn't shown themselves yet. Oh, and here's a VK-2801, the little German Tier 6 scout who gets... Yeah, two-shotted. Cayman gets the kill there for the first kill by his team. Now a Skoda T25 comes up, and again, Cayman gets a good hit into him. So against Tier 6 tanks, hey, this is not a bad tank destroyer at all. But of course, it can see up to Tier 9, and you go up against, T10s and E75s, and it can struggle a little bit. So you can see the IS is starting to move up there now. And we got an SU-12244, the Tier 7 Russian Premium TD, nice little TD, pretty mobile with a pretty good gun on it. And so now Cayman's going to move up here. His team is making good progress, and you can see in the west they're absolutely all the way up to the north already. The enemy is not even close to trying to stop them at this point. It looks like the enemy is completely turtling. Cayman gets some shots into the Cromwell there, who's hiding behind the trees and behind those little houses, and that Cromwell's almost dead. It's 1-1 now, though. The enemy has managed to pull back, and you can see here they're just in amongst all those little houses up around the cap. Again, completely turtling. Not what you want to do in an assault map, because you just let the enemy come at you, and it's really hard to keep them away when you're all confined up in the north like that. So now he's going to look over here. He's got shots at Skoda T25, I think, saw the light of day and decided to run off and make it for some cover behind some houses there. Cayman's looking for some shots at the heavies up in the north. And there we go. T25 makes a run for it. Cayman gets a shot into him. 225 alpha. It's not terrible alpha, but, again, when you're used to playing the ISU 152, holy cow, 225 isn't quite what you get, the 750 or so on the BL10 gun on the ISU. So there's a VK now, VK-3001D, just pulling back behind cover there, and the Mutz now on the enemy team is also going to try to make a break for it. He knows his days are probably numbered if he stays there. Cayman gets the kill shot on the VK. The Mutz is getting torn apart now. The IS is putting shots into him, and the IS is only a Tier 7 heavy, but boy does it ever have a nice big beefy 122 millimeter gun. And here that fast rate of fire does come to play. Cayman gets another shot in, does not get the kill, however. And so the enemy again, you can see how many tanks are there. There's an AMX-12T now. Why a scout tank is that close to the base in an assault map? He should have been out spotting for his team, at least telling them where the enemy was coming from so then they could adjust their positions rather than just camping at the back like that. That's not good use of a pretty good French light tank. It's not great, not as good as the 1375 or the 1390. But it's a decent light tank and certainly could have scouted. Cayman gets the kill on him. Now the Egg Panther is there. Nice hit, 291. And a T29 that graciously decides to pull out sideways in front of Cayman, but he doesn't get a shot off in time. So now the T29 is coming out again. Can we get the shot? That looks like it probably hit. Unless it hit his tracks and tracked him, Cayman probably got some damage out of that. And look at this score, 11-3. Again, this is a textbook example of what not to do when you're defending on an assault map. So now the team's pushing up here. You can see from the west, they're on those little hills just west of the river there, and his team's poking up over and tearing the enemy apart. Oh, and he gets spotted. Okay, so, oh, there we go. The Artie's hiding in the back. That's probably about the only player on the enemy team that's actually in a good position. That's where you'd want the Artie if you had light tanks out scouting for you. Unlucky there not to get the shot on the artillery, but look at this. Yeah, there we go. He's not going to miss that. The aiming reticle was completely filled by that enemy artillery, and came and gets the kill there. So wow, it's going pretty well. 13-3 now. Just time to clean up. There's a T-28 there back around the enemy cap, and of course that's a very, very dangerous tank destroyer. Super, super strong frontal armor, but in this case he's surrounded. Look at this. Cayman's got shots right into the back. 290, doesn't get time for another shot. That is it. That's all she wrote. So on to the results screen now. First class mastery badge, fire for effect. Fighter because Cayman got 4 kills. Confederate, he damaged 10 enemy tanks, 2/3 of the team, and high caliber did most damage. So well done in a low alpha tank destroyer. 3,022 damage overall and 1,171 base XP. Well done Cayman, top by XP and top by damage. Fired 24 shots, 15 hit, 15 penned. So not the most accurate gun in the world, but it's not bad if you let it aim. And 1,100 of that was from over 300 meters away. So Cayman, hey, congrats. Your Type 64 is going to be showing up in your garage shortly. This is Sir Harry. Thanks so much for watching. It's been a lot of fun having this 100 subs contest. Can't guarantee I'll do another one at 200, but hey, maybe 500. We'll see how things go. If you liked the video, please consider clicking like. And hey, leave a message, leave a comment. Let me know what you think, and let me know if there's a tank you'd like to see a video of. And if you enjoyed overall, hey, please consider clicking subscribe. This is Sir Harry. Thank you so much for watching. Cheers.